Apple released iOS 14.5 on April 26th with a new privacy tool called App Tracking Transparency. It requires apps that would like to sell user data to advertisers to explicitly get permission from the user in a one-time pop-up like this. This update has been in the works for a while. In fact, iOS 14.5 was in beta for 88 days, which, if we exclude major iOS updates, is the longest beta period for a software update since iOS 8.2. The reason for this delay is the massive implications it has for the advertising industry. And so the update has ruffled quite a few feathers, some from the advertising industry and their executives, but mostly from a lizard who was pretending to be human. Yes, Mark Zuckerberg is angry because, as he so eloquently put,
"Senator, we run ads."
So, Apple taking a stricter stance on user data and privacy will hurt Facebook's bottom line. Facebook even took out full-page ads in the Wall Street Journal, the New York Times, and the Washington Post 2 days in a row to sway the public in their favor. Very cool, Mark, but we haven't forgotten about Cambridge Analytica or your 500 million user data leak. So personally, I can't wait for the Facebook app to ask me to share my data with them, so I can tell them no. But curiously, the prompt doesn't say allow and don't allow, but rather says ask app not to track. And it turns out there is a very good reason for this. The reason being, app tracking transparency only prevents apps from tracking you using IDFA, which is a random device identifier assigned by Apple. IDFA is the reason why you can search for a pair of shoes on Amazon and then later get an ad for the same shoes on Instagram. Both apps know your IDFA. But IDFA isn't the only method that is used. There is another method called fingerprinting, which uses your device to track you. Things like your screen resolution, browser version, operating system, all help build a user profile. For example, you might be a laptop user at 1080p resolution using Chrome version 86 running Windows 10 version KB4392. Or you might be an iPhone 11 user running iOS 14.4 using Safari version whatever with your device language set to Spanish. You get the idea. So Apple can't guarantee that once you press ask not to track that the app won't track you anyway. It only shuts down Apple's easy way of tracking users, but companies that rely on user data and advertising to make money are still annoyed, and as a response to Apple's policy change, have been working on making fingerprinting as accurate as possible. Even Snapchat was testing a workaround to app tracking transparency that they said they'll stop working on as soon as Apple's privacy rule came into effect. Sure you will, Snapchat, sure you will. So why is Apple bothering with any of this? Are they really doing it out of the goodness of their heart, or is there something else at play? I know Apple has been banging the privacy drum for a while, and on the surface, it seems as though they are looking out for their customers. But Apple didn't become the most powerful company in the world by listening to its customers and giving them exactly what they want. Apple's real goal is advertising. After app tracking transparency goes into effect, it is widely expected that a majority of people will choose ask app not to track. These people still need to be served ads, but the advertiser now has to make a choice, whether to go with a third-party company or with Apple. With the third party, the advertisers will have to wait 3 days for insights and only receive aggregate information. But if they choose Apple, they'll receive more data about user behavior, and they get real-time updates. This might help Apple bolster their advertising business they currently have, which promotes apps on its app stores and sells ad space on its News and Stocks app. This isn't Apple's first foray into the advertising industry. They had iAd, which was shut down in 2016, but seeing Facebook, Microsoft, and even Amazon thrive in the ad space might have given Apple a little extra incentive. Not to mention, with hardware sales stagnating, Apple has realized that software services can help them retain their insane profit margins, which is why you saw Apple come out with a slew of subscription services last year. So, even though Apple has something to gain from taking a stricter stance on privacy, I can say what they're doing in this particular situation is good. Not only are they looking out for the consumers, but their position as the most influential tech company could have a massive impact on the rest of the industry. And if it means more privacy for people, I'm all for it. Thumbs up, Apple, and thumbs up for this video. Please, my mom said if I don't get 50 likes, she won't get me the new Captain America Funko Pop. So please, I am once again asking you for your likes and subscriptions. Also, check out my last video about how Discord would have been a perfect acquisition for Microsoft right here.